What's up, guys? Jake, the MMA Dad. Hey, I'm gonna knock out a couple reactions to you guys. Apparently some really good stuff dropped today. People have been letting me know about it in the comment section. Some people sent me some direct messages on Instagram and things like that. And they let me know that there's two things that came out that I really needed to get to. And I'm excited because I love reacting to both of them. The first one we're gonna get into, though, the one and only Mesus, man. Mesus is super slept on, super underrated. He's a very, very talented guy. I love his storytelling especially. And he's got another one out, man. Everybody said I really needed to hear it. It's called daMASKus. So just the way he has it worded, you know, DA is lowercase, then mask is in capital letters, and then US is lowercase again. So I'm assuming something to do with mask. Otherwise, why did he capitalize all of that? So I'm excited to get into it, man. But before we do, shouts out to Creek Squad, shouts out to the Hangover Gang, shouts out to the Nightwish Army. You guys never let me down, man. You guys keep up with me in the comment section and everything, and it's awesome. And as always, a big shout out and thank you to our active military, our veterans, our first responders. We love you guys on this channel, and we respect you, and we're praying for you all the time. And I'm excited, man. Mesus is he's quickly becoming one of my favorite rappers to listen to, man. I really enjoy lyricism. I really enjoy the ability to tell a story, and Mesus can do both of those. And I'm excited to see what he's talking about. And Mesus isn't afraid to talk about some controversial topics that are going on and speak his opinion. And, you know, whether you agree with it or not, you have to respect the fact that he's willing to stick his neck out there, and he's willing to be true to himself. And that's always something that I admire in somebody. So we're going to jump into this, man. Mesus, daMASKus. I'm excited, man. Throw these bad boys on. All right, Mesus, let's see what you brought to us, brother. Ready? Boom. Cordell Page, all right. Shouts out to Cordell. I haven't heard any of his music, but
hey, I wish you stop and do what's right. You such a crybaby. Yeah, it's just the constitutional rights getting violated. That's just a piece of paper. Our lives are more important. That piece of paper represents the lives that died for it. You wanna talk about that? A million worldwide. But you selfish, you wanna make this all about your rise. You ride a million worldwide, that's why I ain't gon' panic. That's 1% or 1%, I think I'll take my chances. Not with my life you won't. Miss me with life's value. While you agree with abortion, saying they should be allowed to. That's totally different. Wow, that's pretty damn convenient. Guess life has sanctity now unless it's inconvenient.
okay. So right now, and I'm just gonna tell you guys how I'm feeling. So I'm getting the vibes of similar vibes to the Joyner Lucas "I'm Not Racist," right? Which was a phenomenal song by Joyner, and it's two opposing sides that have a firm belief in what they believe in, okay? And they're going back and forth, making their points. And, you know, I don't know, this is just something that just popped in my head. I don't know if Mesus was going for this, or if I'm reaching, or if I'm just coming up with crap on my own. I don't know. But, so the name daMASKus, so Damascus steel, real Damascus steel, is some of the strongest and hardest steel that's out there, right? So one thing that you can say about people that are on both sides of a lot of the arguments that are going on is that all of them are staying hardened to their belief, right? So I don't know if he was going for that when he chose daMASKus as the name. Obviously that would be a double, because it's like mask, like the mask that we have to wear, but it could also be Damascus steel, the hardest steel, and people tend to be hard-headed, or not necessarily hard-headed because that's kind of a derogative term, but stout in their belief. So I don't know if he was going for that or if that's just me reaching, but yeah, man. So I this is one of those really, really controversial topics that are going on right now, and it's there's a lot of hypocrisy. There's a lot of it's a very, very thin line that we have to walk, between what should we allow the government to make us do, and what should we put our foot down and say no for, because unfortunately history shows that governments will always find a way to start taking a little bit of your freedoms at a time, until before you know it, you don't have any more freedoms. So on the other side of that, you have people who know someone who passed away, or so it's a very controversial topic, because they're going to believe very strongly on that side because they know somebody who has passed away, and then other people who haven't, and are seeing some of the hypocritical things going on where we're supposed to be doing things that our government leaders tell us we should do, but then we turn around and they're not doing the same things they tell us to do. There's a lot of stuff going on, and let's see where the song keeps going. I want to see where it keeps going. Here we go.
They keep calling it quarantine, we ain't even sick. Let's keep it real, this martial law that we agreeing with. COVID's a Trojan horse. If we don't go to war for our rights, and I can assure you they'll just keep taking more. Sure, you act like Nazi Germany never happened, and they ain't tracking every single action. Oh well, welcome to the new normal. Comply, I'm a snitch, but you look past broken glass and throwing piles of bricks. It's just 6 feet apart, just social distancing. Just seeing who is smart, who gets into conditioning. It's just safer at home, just invading our homes. It's just a couple weeks, that's what they said 8 months ago. Gotta flatten the curve, and need doctors and nurses to disagree. Hurry quickly, we gotta ban it work. Such a jerk, can't you see these hospitals are overrun? No, but since there's so many of them, why don't you show me one? It's for the greater good, I'm the bad guy, right? Tell me what good clothes and business is done for families' lives. Call me a granny killer, I'm just using the backbone that my grandpa gave me to fight to make sure this land is still here. When I become a grandpa, so quit saying I'm careless. Quit trying to shame me, I promise you I won't feel embarrassed. Promise you I don't care if I gotta die from this. You think this is a song, you dead wrong, I put my life in this. I stand with we the people, cause we can see the evil. Hey politicians, listen up, you need us, we don't need you. Freedom means I am free to.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it's that going back and forth, right? That butting heads argument. You got one side, they believe very strongly in their opinions. You have the other side believes very strongly in their opinions, and nobody's giving way. And unfortunately, something that's very, very common, right, is the fact that we are so passionate about our beliefs and what we stand for and what we're standing by, that oftentimes that's the biggest wall of our communication, because we can't sit there and be like, hey man, I understand what you're saying, but try to understand what I'm saying too, and have that type of conversation, because inevitably we're human, right? So what we're passionate about and our emotions start to take control, and it makes it difficult. But I'm gonna say that, listen to what Mesus is saying. Try to listen to what he's saying with an objective mind. Don't immediately, immediately just turn off because you don't like what he's saying, because you really do need to pay attention to what's going on around you. A lot of people right now, and look, I'm not discrediting people who have lost loved ones to COVID. I'm not discrediting that at all. I don't have any loved ones, but I have friends who have lost loved ones, and it's a horrible thing. But you do need to pay attention to some of the things that are coming out of this virus. Saying that the virus is being used in a way to make manipulative moves and things like that is not the same as saying that the virus doesn't exist, if that makes any sense, right? Of course the virus exists. It's just people can have good motives and bad motives during a time like this, and it's very easy to use fear as a weapon to move things in the direction that you want to move. So all I'm saying is pay attention to what Mesus is saying. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Don't take everybody's word for what it is, right? So keep in mind that the media in this country controls the narrative that's coming out, and you have to be weary of that, because the easiest way to convince people that something is right is to take a position of the educated and pass along what information you want to the uneducated. Not saying that the American people are uneducated, like that they're not smart. They're uneducated in what is actually going on with this virus, so they can actually make you believe whatever they want you to believe, because you don't know. You're not a scientist, so you are taking that. So I have a lot of friends in other countries outside of the US, and let's just say that you guys need to keep your eyes open. You need to keep your eyes open. You need to learn to think for yourself. Right now, one side of the argument's being pushed, the other side of the argument's being censored. That in and of itself should worry some people, because people are trying to take it out of your hands on making your own educated decisions based on everything that's presented to you do you see that? So if I get to hear and I get to listen to both sides of the argument, I can make an educated decision because I've heard both sides and I can decide for myself. But instead, you guys are only getting one side of the argument. So you're really not making the decision for yourself. You're making the decision based on the only information that you have presented to you. So just be careful and listen to what Mesus is saying.
That's my God intended. No chains of slavery or mask, but I will not accept it. It's just a mask. Why is that so hard? Is that too much to ask? And you say you believe in God? It's pretty funny, cause I can't see it. You making me lose faith in him and humanity. You such a drama queen saying you can't breathe. So what's your plan B? Take it off and then you really can't breathe. Not to mention all the people that you put in danger. I thought your precious savior told you you should love your neighbor. Guess you never understand, huh? Think you taking stands, huh? Conspiracy theories, nobody take you serious. It's kinda sad, bro. I used to love your music, but your views are stupid, so you lost another fan from. I wonder if you even care, though. Apparently no. Apparently the doe's the only thing you have, bro. COVID took my grandma, but do you care? No. Karma's suggest you be more careful. It's just a mess today, just a shot tomorrow. So be a man today, a robot tomorrow. You better stand today, for we ain't got tomorrow. The end is getting nearer, time we living on is borrowed. But not because of virus, because we're letting tyrants run our lives, and any resistance is getting silenced. You say I'm acting childish, I know you're so much smarter. I know you went to college, believe everything they taught you. I'm educated too, went to a different school, the school of hard knocks. Show you what these fists can do. Keep listening to the news, thinking it makes you woke. I think it makes you confusing, this whole thing is a joke. Except it ain't funny, all the rights they taking from me. Can't even take my family to park, some days it's sunny. Can't even eat inside, but you could build a building next to the building and eating that, and everything's alright. My wife can't do no nails, but liquor stores are open. Can't get a workout in, but you could get abortion. Honestly, I don't know what bothers me more, the hypocrisy or that you ignore. Now 99% recovery rate. But hey, let's shut down the states and blame Trump, cause it sucks. He said America's great. Swear I hate all these narratives pumping fear in our kids. Most of y'all are dead already, cause you scared of death to live.
Mesus giving you guys something to think about, something to talk about. Look, man, get outside your comfort zone. Okay, get outside your comfort zone and listen with objective ears to some other sides to the argument. Listen. That's all I'm asking. I don't say you got to believe one way or the other. All I'm saying is listen to both sides. Listen to what they both have to say and put things together for yourself. You know, one of my favorite actors is Denzel Washington, and one of my favorite movies that he did was The Book of Eli. Now, The Book of Eli, if you look at it the way that I feel that it was intended to be looked at, okay? Education is what allows people to be manipulated, okay? And I don't mean education like can you do math and can you do, I mean the information, the facts, what's being presented to you, okay? So in the Book of Eli, you know, the bad guy wants the Bible because nobody else knows the Bible. Nobody else has the ability to read. So they're uneducated in what the Bible says. So he can use that, he can manipulate it into making people believe whatever he wants them to believe because they don't have the ability to look at it with their own eyes, their own interpretation, and get to see, make their own decisions, right? So that goes with anything. It doesn't just have to go with religion. It can go with, you know, like I said about this whole deal, you know, the vast majority of us are not scientists. The vast majority of us don't know how all of this stuff works. So the only education we get is what we go out after. But when one side is being pushed and the other side is being silenced, do you really feel like you can 100% fully trust what other people are telling you is the 100% truth, or would you like to at least have more information, right? If I came up to you and I said, I'm going to give you a reward for doing something, and then all I tell you is that you're going to get a reward. What you're going to do is going to be hard. You can do it, but it might be a little bit dangerous, and that's all I tell you. And then somebody else comes up and they're trying to interject and let you know more information so that you can make a better, more rounded, educated guess. But then I turn around and I silence that person and you don't get to hear that side of the argument. Are you going to take me at my word that you can do this? Or are you going to be like, oh, hold on a second. Let me at least hear what he has to say so then I can make my decision. You see what I mean? So when all you're allowed to have is one side, how are you going to 100% know and truly understand if you're making the right decision for you and for the situation? So all I'm saying is Mesus is a phenomenal storyteller. You need to listen to the message that he's trying to give you in this song. You need to listen objectively, go do your own research, get outside the box, find some other sources, and do what you can to educate yourself, at least on both sides of the argument. If you educate yourself on both sides of the argument and then you can objectively say, I still believe what I believe, then that's your belief, that's your opinion, right? You're entitled to it. You're an American. You have that freedom. But do yourself a favor and at least get both sides of the argument. That being said, man, Mesus killed another one. I would really highly appreciate it if you guys would go over to Mesus's page, show Mesus some love, share this, get this out there, get this to where more people can see it, because Mesus has a very, very important message that other people need to hear. And as always, guys, every video I do, I put the link to the original video in the description so that you guys can, I want you guys to go pay, go pay respects and go to the original video. In my opinion, you should have seen the original video before you go to reaction channels, because then that's what I do. If I'm gonna go watch one of my favorite reactors react to a song, it's because I've already heard that song and I want to see, is their reaction similar to mine? Is it different than mine? Are they gonna see it from different angles that maybe I didn't see it from? And so please, if you haven't seen this original video, go watch the original video for yourself. And well, I guess it's too late now, but in the future, before you come over to my channel and watch the reactions, go watch the original ones first. And if you do watch the reactions first, at least go over, show some love to the artist, because this is their content. So that being said, guys, I love y'all. We got one more we got to get to. Mesus, super underrated, super talented. Love his storytelling, love his ability to write. This was awesome. And it says to be continued, so I guess we're gonna get a part 2, and I'm excited for that. So see you guys over on the next one.